Hey guys, long time no see. Had a really crazy month this month. Me and Seth, we moved to Austin, so I worked at my old job like the first 2 weeks of the month, and then we had my dad's wedding ceremony the day before we left. And the day before that, we went and helped set up for it because there was gonna be a bunch of people and everything. So yeah, I just kind of had crazy times. And then we literally left the next day after the ceremony, but we didn't leave till 1 p.m. just because of all the stuff we had to do. And then we didn't get here till late because the Impala was being a little pain. So yeah, it is now September 1st, obviously, and we've been here for probably about 3 weeks, I guess. And my bookshelves are some over there. One's over there. One's in the room. So, and I just got news yesterday that I got the job that I've been working on getting. So I'm just waiting for them to get my background check done, and then I will be able to start, and I'm so excited. So yeah, it's gonna be really great, and I am gonna be working at a bookstore. That's all I'm gonna say, because I don't know how much I'm actually supposed to say. I don't know, but I'm working at a bookstore and I'm so happy about it. So, finally, something I've been really wanting to do my entire life. I did work at Hastings, but I didn't actually get to work in the books as much as I would have liked to, because my store manager had me working through all the departments. I did a lot of different stuff all the time. I was pretty much doing a different thing every single day. So, and I mean, I really enjoyed it, but I do wish I had had more chances in the book department, But it was fun. It was great. I miss Hastings. I wish it was still open. Anyway, so yeah, so things are going well now. I'm really excited. Yeah, I think everything's good. And I've been having a really nice day today. I I actually have been putting together a 1,000-piece puzzle, but it's like Zelda Breath of the Wild, which I have not gotten to play because I don't have a Switch. But the puzzle's really pretty because my boyfriend, he works at the Hobbytown place here, and he gets a really great discount, and so he got me the puzzle, and yay. Oh, and I've been coloring in my Harry Potter coloring books that I have that I never colored in because all I had was crayons. And you guys, crayons do not work in adult coloring books, which is really sad. You have to have colored pencils. So he got me some of those yesterday. Thank God, because I was having such a hard time the other day because I was I really want to color. And I had some crayons, so I was sitting there coloring with my crayons, and I was I do not like how this is looking. It's looking like crap. And so I got colored pencils, and I've been using those, and it looks so much better, you guys. But yeah. Oh, and I went to my first half price books yesterday. I've never gotten to go because they didn't have one anywhere near where I live. The closest one was 2 hours away. So I actually got to go in one yesterday, and I found the coolest things. I'll show you because one of them is in my wrap up. But oh my gosh, it's so exciting. So yeah, it's been pretty cool here. I really like it. I think I'll like it a lot more once I start my job and I have money to spend. But anyway, so yeah, I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of a life update because you're probably like, where the hell are you at? I'm in Austin. I'm good. Everything's a-okay. So yeah, let's get into my August wrap up. And I read, is it 16 or 17? It's one of those two that of things that I read this month. And some of them I don't have because I got them out from the library back in Longview. So obviously I don't have them with me. And then I've also got some stuff here, but I actually have it still from the library here, which the library here is really nice. I really like it. And the people are so nice. They are so kind. I love them. So yeah, pretty great. Okay. Getting into the video. So the first book I read this month was How to Make a Wish by Ashley Herring Blake. And I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed the romance. I thought it was the cutest thing. And I just really enjoyed their late night walks on the beach with peanut butter. It's so good. It's so great. I loved it because it seemed like exactly like something that I would do. Is like because I love peanut butter and I love the beach, and yeah, I would totally do it. So it's, you know, and I gave that a 4 out of 5 stars. The next book I read was The Last August by Brittany Cavallaro, which is the second book in the Charlotte Holmes Study in Charlotte series. And I really, really enjoyed it. Like, Charlotte Holmes is my entire life. I love her so much. She's so precious. And you're probably like, dude, she is a fucking, like, sociopath. And it's like, nah, shit. So is Charlotte. But I love Charlotte Holmes. I just love her character. She really feels straight up like a female Sherlock Holmes. And I adore her. And I adore Jamie. Jamie is just, they're both so precious and they're my babies and I love them. And I get so excited. Anytime something happened between those two in this, I was just like, yes, 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 yes. I love them. I love them so much. And I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. The next book I read, you're probably going to be like, because it's a little weird. I read Breaking Dawn by Stephanie Meyer. Finally finished the Twilight Saga, you guys. So the story with this was for Tome Topple. And I just kind of wanted to finish the series and, like, see what the hell. Okay, real talk, though, I seriously, like, skimmed Jacob's POVs because I didn't care. I'm sorry, but I didn't care. And also, okay, what the hell is she doing putting Jacob's POVs in there while Bella's pregnant? Like, we should be getting Bella's POVs while she's pregnant because that's the POV that fucking matters. When she's pregnant, we don't care that Jacob's all pissy, but like, oh my god, it made me so mad. Like, I got so mad about that. So I literally skipped like most of Jacob's stuff and then just started reading again when Bella cropped back up. So yeah, this I gave like a 2.5, 3 star. Yeah, I'm just glad to be done. So, very well. The next book I read, actually Betty read this with Kristen, and that is hold on. So like I was saying, Buddy read The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern with Kristen this month, and it was pretty good. I gave it like a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I did have some problems with it because some stuff just kind of, it irked me. And I mean, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't as good as I was expecting. There's so much hype and so many people love this book so much. And I mean, I guess I can see why, but at the same time, just I didn't get it, I guess. I don't know. It just, like, Poppet and Widget are life, and Bailey love them so much. If the book had been about them, it probably would have been at 5 stars. Because I could care less about, like, Cecilia and Marco. I mean, they were okay, and I guess I enjoyed their stuff a little bit, but, like, if it had been about Poppet, Widget, and Bailey, I would have been, like, dying. Because that's the book I want to read. That's what I want to read, because they are so interesting, and just everything about them. Like, can we get a sequel with those 3? Pretty please? Because that, like I said, that's the book I want to read. Let's do that. Okay. So, yeah. The next book I read on my e-reader, and that is Geek Girl by Holly Smell. Maddie and B over at Heartful of Books talk about this series all the time. They love it so much. And one day it came up for like $1.99 deal on Kindle, and I was like, ooh, good chance to like read this and, you know, see what all they're fussing about. So I read it, and it's a really quick read. Like, it's really short, and I really like the format of it. It's kind of told like Harriet's kind of writing it down in kind of like a journalish form. kind of like the Princess Diaries, how that's set up. It's a little bit like that, but still a little different. But it's sort of like that, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I'm definitely going to continue on with the series and see where it goes. Probably going to wait until the next one is on another Kindle deal, though. So, maybe. Or I can see if my library has them. You never know. The next book I read was Gossip Girl by Cecilia von Ziegers, whatever. Everybody knows about these, and everybody probably watches. Everybody's seen the TV show, all that stuff. I love the TV show, and I actually saw these at the library when I was there, and I was like, these are such short books, so I can get through these really quickly. But, like, also, I'm just curious to see how they differ from the show, because I really love the show. Like, I love the show to death. And at one point, somebody had said that Chuck wasn't in the books, and I was just like, how do you have Gossip Girl without fucking Chuck Bass? Like, Chuck Bass is the fucking show. He's the entire thing. At least in my eyes. I'm sorry, but like, he is in here, okay? Whoever, I don't know where I read that or when that was, but no. Chuck Bass, he is in here, but he's not an only child. He's got a brother. But he is in here. His name is Chuck Bass. Like, he is kind of a sleazeball at first. He's got his scarf, so he's in here. He's okay. It's okay. I gave it a 3 out of 5. It was enjoyable, but it's trash, obviously. The next 2 things I read was Lovelace, Volumes 1 and 2, and you guys. Okay, so I treated myself one day at the bookstore and I got this, and I watched the anime like a long, long time ago, and I loved it. I adored it. And I saw this bind up, and I was just like, you know what, I should really get this because I adored this anime, and I'm probably going to adore the manga, and I love it so much. It's so good. And yeah, it's not for everybody, okay? It's got some stuff in there, and it could be bothersome to some people, but I love it. So that's all I'm gonna say. And I gave both volumes 5 out of 5 stars because it was so good. So good. The next book I read was The Iron Trial by Cassandra Clare and Holly Black. This I got because I had some Amazon credit and I needed to go ahead and use it before we moved. That way, because I didn't know what the address here was yet, so I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and use my Amazon credit. I'm going to get a book, and I got this because it was cheap and I wanted to read it. So, and this book, you guys, is really fucking good, and you should all go read it. Because, like, okay, it's really fun and whimsical, and you're, like, really enjoying it because it's got the whole school magic aspect thing going on, but it's definitely darker than what you're expecting, and closer to the end, you're like, oh, this is going to be the thing that happens. Then you get to the end, and you are wrong. I don't care what your theory is, you're wrong. You didn't guess it right. I'm telling you, you're wrong. Because I did not see this coming at all. I completely thought a different thing, and I was completely wrong, and I was in shock. I mean, I was shook from the ending. I was like, oh my god. Like, freaking out, you guys. It's so good, though. It's so good. For this little of a book, it packs a big punch. Yeah, I kind of felt like someone sucker punched me in, like, the stomach or something after I finished. I was like, what? So, it's really good, and you should all go read it, because it's fantastic. And I wish I had the money to buy the second one, because I need it now, but what can I do? So good, though. The next book I read was... Whoa, that's not the right one. Okay. Princess in the Spotlight by Meg Cabot. Again, the library I'm going to now is awesome, and it actually has all of these, so that's exciting. And I really enjoy these. They're quick, they're easy to get through, they're fun. I just love royal stuff. Like, it's just so interesting to me. I really enjoy it. So yeah, I gave it a 4 out of 5. It was. The next thing I read was from Digital Library, and that was Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. And this was pretty good. I really enjoyed some of the poems. Like, some of them really spoke to me on like a deep level. Other ones were just kind of, meh. I did give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Like I said, I really enjoyed some. I didn't enjoy some of them, but I mean, that's kind of just how it goes with all poetry collections. You're going to really love some and you're going to really not like some for the most part, because there's so many in there. It's the same thing with like short story collections. Some you'll like, some you won't. It just, kind of depends. But like I said, some really spoke to me and I really enjoyed them. And I enjoyed it overall as a whole pretty well. So the next book I read, this is definitely the best book I read all month. It was so good, you guys. And that is The Traitor's Blade by Sebastian de Castell. So Sam over at Sam's Nonsense talks about this all the time. And one day, it was the same day I went to go get Lovelace, actually. I was in the bookstore and I saw it and I was like, I should get this. So I got it. Oh my god. I can't even. It's so good, and there's so many things. I have tabbed this up like crazy. This is just, after I finished this, I was like, I was not okay. And it's not like, oh my god, the feelings and the emotions that these characters make you feel. Like, I legit was feeling like they were real people, and I couldn't believe that these things were happening to them. And I was crying for like the last 40 pages, like crying the entire time I was reading the last 40 pages because I was freaking out. And again, this is a case where I don't have the money to buy the sequel, but I really want the sequel because I just want to know what happens to my babies, okay? I don't even know what to do with myself after this. I miss them so much. It's so good, you guys. Like, you should definitely go read this if you enjoy fantasy. It's just so good. It's like a Three Musketeers retelling, sorta, but it's so good. It's got everything you could ever want in a fantasy book. It's just, I loved it so much. If you can't tell, I know I keep saying it's so good. I've said that like 50 times in the last 3 seconds, but it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Love it. Okay. I just kind of want to tell you guys all the things, but I don't want to spoil you because you should all go read it, and it's so good. Okay, I'm done. Okay, the next book I read was Walk on Earth, a Stranger by Ray Carson, and I actually saw Reagan over on Peru's Project when she did her 24-hour vlog. This was one of the books that she read. She didn't read all of it because this was like the last one she picked up, but she read some of it while she was doing her 24-hour thing, and she really enjoyed it. And so when I went to the library, I saw that they had it, and I ended up just picking it up, and I read it, and I really enjoyed it for the most part. It was kind of slow in some parts, and so it took me a little bit to get through. But like I said, I really enjoyed it. I think the sequel's going to be really good because all the things are already set up and all the relationships and all that stuff is already established. So I feel like the next one will be even better. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. The next book I read was Princess in Love by Meg Cabot, the third book in the Princess Diaries series. Again, these are fast and quick and fun, and I love Mia. She's just a riot. Okay, but I don't like how the grandmother in here is completely different than in the movies, and this isn't a spoiler. Like, the grandmother in the movies, like, perfection. The grandmother in here is such a bitch. Like, for real. I don't like her one bit. She's just, I don't like how her character is in here, because I'm just like, Can we please just have Julie Andrews? Can we please just have Julie Andrews? And we don't. And it sucks. So, yeah. The next book I read was You Know You Love Me, by second book in Gossip Girl series by Felicity von Zisgar's, whatever. Again, quick, easy, trash, but whatever. It's entertaining. And is that right? I gave it a 4 out of 5. That doesn't seem right. I think I meant to do a 3 out of 5. Okay, when you guys are on your Goodreads app, do you ever click the stars and do your star rating and it does a star more than you meant? Or, because sometimes I'll hit the 4-star and it'll do 5 stars, or it's doing now, I'll hit the 3-star but it'll do a 4-star. Does that ever happen to you guys? Because it definitely happens to me. Maybe it's just because I have a big thumb. But it happens to me and I don't like it. Okay. Last thing I read this month, and this is what I got at Half Price Books that I was telling you about. Gravitation, Volume 1 by Maki Murakami. You guys, you cannot find these anywhere. I've owned these two for years and I haven't been able to read them. This is whoa. I'll have to go pick that up. That's EX Volume 1, which is the sequel to the whole Gravitation manga. This is a bind-up of Volumes 5 and 6 that I bought at, Hastings, back when Hastings was a thing. And then yesterday when we were at Half Price Books, we found Volumes 1 and 2 of Gravitation. And I read Volume 1 yesterday, and then I read this one today, so this is going to be in September wrap-up. But I'm so happy. You can't find these anywhere. And we were at the manga section. And I saw them and I was like, oh, and Seth got them for me and I was so happy. They didn't have Volume 3, unfortunately. They did have 4, but we didn't get that one. But they're actually pretty cheap at Half Price. They were only $5 each, which is good because manga is usually $10 for a volume. So, and you read them in maybe an hour. So it's kind of annoying to spend so much money on something that you're going to read so quickly. So I really like the fact that at Half Price Books they're cheaper, which obviously Half Price Books, But yeah, it was so good, and I gave that a 5 out of 5 stars, obviously. That's another case where I've seen the anime and I adore the anime to bits and pieces, and then I finally found the first 2 volumes of the manga, and I am such a happy person. I love it so much. And definitely when I get some moolah, I'm going to go buy because they did have more of the volumes there. They had 4, I already have 5 and 6, and then I think they had 7, 8, 9, 10. I need them. So I'm really excited. So yeah, that is my August wrap up. And some stats for you guys. I've read 138 books so far this year. My goal is 200. I am 5 books ahead of schedule, which is great because I only read I think 16 books this month. It's either 16 or 17. And lately I've been reading 20, 24. So it wasn't as good of a reading month as I've been having, but again, I completely moved and I had a bunch of stuff going on this month, so still did really, really well. And I'm 5 books ahead of schedule. I'm so excited about that. I love it. So yeah, and I am currently reading, I've been currently reading this for forever, The Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I am on page 250. It's got 435 pages, so I want to get this done by the end of September. That's the goal. Get that done by the end of September, and I'll be happy. And then I'm also currently reading How to Love by Katie Catuno, but something happened that really pissed me off. The main character really pissed me off, and I don't know if I'm going to continue or if I'm just going to DNF it, because now I'm mad, and I'm a little bitter about it, so I guess we'll see. But yeah. So that's all I got. And yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this super annoyingly long wrap up. But hey, look at how good the lighting is in here. Aren't you excited? I'm excited. Okay, I'm gonna go. And I'm gonna try to be better about my videos now. It's just like I said, I've been moving, been getting settled in, been, doing the job hunting thing, but I got one, so we're all good. And yeah, so I will talk to you guys later.